All right, folks, using social media is great for a company, but how can it also work in the favor of the company's employees? Internet marketing consultant and creator of Branditise.com, Wayne Marsh, joins us now. Good morning, friend. Good to see you once again.
Good morning.
I was just saying, when did these things come into being?
Well, like the social media,
Yeah.
Twitter started, I think, around '06. So most of these networks pop around the same time, major ones. And of course, like Pinterest and those things came after. Yeah.
Okay. And originally they came in for what? Just to keep in touch with people?
Well, different reasons. The story about Facebook is that it started out as initially college students, they expanded to the whole world.
Okay.
So usually, and Twitter came in after, which they call like a micro-blogging platform, rather than writing a whole story. A blog is like 800 words,
Yeah.
you go to 140 characters. So you kind of like, the know.
And now even the President of the United States uses it.
Yes.
And you're suggesting that these are great tools.
Well, it's proven itself that definitely it's traditional marketing, which is, the channel we're on now, TV.
Yeah.
Social media is another marketing channel.
Okay. Increased reach. This is the employer's benefits?
All right, so the whole idea of social media assisting both employee and employer is think about, as I said, these are channels that brands want to use to market their products. Now, you find that when, the typical thing for the company to do is go and create a Facebook page, Twitter account, and start to post. But then less and less they're getting their message out to persons. Meaning that even if you have 1,000 fans, you won't get as many people seeing that post versus if an employee which usually have a personal profile, not like a brand page, they'll get more of their friends to see it. And it's almost like if I was to say to you, boy, I had this cup of coffee from this particular brand, it tastes great. I'm personally telling you, the trust is there, you more listen to me, than if the person who actually owns the brand tells you,
Okay.
etc.
Well, obviously they will tell you that because they want
Right.
to Right.
So from a trust point of view,
Yeah.
the employee message can be more.
What else can it do for me?
Also, so from this segment we're talking about is what we call brand advocates, meaning that you have persons who will talk about the brand. Mm-hmm. Now, it's actually happening already. So, for example, if someone is keeping a party, right, they'll say to some friend, hey, post about this on WhatsApp for me or post about it on your Facebook page so your friends can see it. So what they're doing is actually using their friends' social network to promote their event. Brands could also do the same, meaning that, but using their employees. And this, in fact, in a lot of, Fortune 100 companies are currently doing this, that is using their employees to promote the brand, and they call them like social employee brand advocates.
In other words, what? So if I work here, how do I get people to know that TVJ is the greatest station in the world?
So you could do it, the ideal way would be to, and how it's done would be to create a set of, think about the Lego pieces of content. So I'll give you like video content, blog, text, pictures, etc. So you have a library that you as an employee would go to post. Obviously, you have to do it responsibly, properly, because you don't want to abuse or to overwhelm your friends. 'Cause after a while, they will, unfriend you. Mm-hmm. So you have to do it, and so it regards training also. So most of the most successful social media advocates, companies that use this approach, first they'll develop some form of strategy around it, train employees, give them the tools, and also measure it. So as I said in the article that you're looking at, it's more, rather than relying more on word of mouth, where I would probably just tell someone in my living room, it's more word of mouth, where I can get a more structured approach of getting employees to talk about my brand.
Yeah, but you just said it just now that you don't want people to unfriend you.
Right.
Which is a new word, but a nice word. But that's true, because I don't want every time I take up my thing, I see a man say, you should have done this. You should have done that. Right. I don't want that.
Exactly. So it will happen because it just like, and it's happening now. Sometimes you will, let's say, for example, using, as I say, WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You have some people, every time you get something from him, some broadcast about some event.
Yeah.
So after a while, you block them, you know? So, but they have others who will do it sometimes and it seems okay, it's acceptable. So it's a similar approach you will take.
Okay.
So it's part of the whole training from in a structured manner.
How can the employer, without using me, the employee, how can the employer
Use the social media.
use
Well,
it
what
to
they're
benefit his company?
okay. So what they would do, which is what a number of brands are doing now, is as I say, establish first. They will need a strategy to figure out okay which personas, who is the target market, because depending on the kind of product or service you're offering, and the persona, the age demographic, income demographic, different social media channels will matter. And even the way how you reach them. So if you're targeting teens who don't like to read, you're probably more the video post versus persons, a more mature audience, you probably will do blogs. Or if you're into business to business, you probably like case studies, etc. So you'd have to figure that out in your strategy, and then you start to execute that
And if
strategy.
I work for Branditise.com and you say, well, I never know why you make the people them know that this copy is the best copy in the world. How me benefit from that?
All right. So so you actually have brand advocates exist, whether I like that. It's
So
almost
they're paid to do it.
not necessarily. Some people do it just out of the love. For example, you might have somebody who like a particular brand shoes, and you say to them, "Well, I don't like that shoes, because time I wear it, I give it a con." But I love it, and I probably different like my son said, "But how much is this best shoes ever?"
Yeah.
So that's a brand advocate, but then that's a one-on-one word of mouth. But if you post that online and I respond, I'm really being a brand advocate.
Yeah, but you don't tell me how I
Yeah, but how you can benefit
yeah.
now is that the employee could set up like a referral program or what we call affiliate program. So in a structured way again, I could say, all right, I'm going to give you a particular code, and whenever you post about me this link, use this particular link, and if anyone clicks on it, it will go, and whether it's a lead I'm generating or a sale, it can be tied back to Neville that you actually generated this thing. So it becomes more structured. So anyone now can be a sales or marketing person.
Yep.
And it's very measurable.
All right, Branditise.com. I already said you're an internet marketing consultant, so the companies could find you right there. I suspect.
Right. Branditise.com.
And you tell them how to improve.
Right. And the software actually helps to do it also.
Okay, fantastic. Good to see you.
Yeah, man,
All right,
thanks.
internet marketing consultant and creator of Branditise.com, Wayne Marsh.